My name is Christopher Remmers, and what I do is I'm a professional oil painter of figurative mythological work, and I also help budding artists figure out a path for themselves that's rooted in vision, process, and discipline so that they know how to move forward with their artistic career and vision. The problems that I was having with my business before I decided to come on board with this program, frankly, it was time, and I've heard Sunny talk a lot about that and trading time for money. And I still am doing this to some capacity. Like I do one-on-one coaching for artists and creatives. And I found that was eating up a significant amount of my time. I wasn't having time to do the things that I was actually teaching other artists on how to do. And so what I needed to find out is how to leverage my skill and my time into something that actually had one, greater impact, and two, allowed me to get back into the studio to have more space to do what I actually love to do. So that was the primary function and reason for me coming in this direction. So the way that the AA program has positively impacted my path forward and what I wanted to do with my business was, more than anything, and this is actually what I teach in my programs, is clarity. It's having like a really clear step-by-step process on how to get something done. Prior to finding out about AA, I was looking all over YouTube. I was like reading through books. I was talking to people that had run courses, and just coming up to a lot of dead ends, and frankly, like looking at a lot of pathways that didn't seem viable, or they didn't seem as lucrative as what I wanted, or there wasn't the kind of clarity there that helped me feel confident that if I put the work in, that I was going to get the results that I needed and wanted. And that's just been every step of the way. Sunny says, follow every step to a T, don't skip ahead. And I've been religious about following that instruction, and it has paid off like a lot. I've been super impressed with what has come out of the work that we've put into this so far. Before I came to this program, I was juggling my time between studio practice and my business as an artist and working with students, and it was really full. It was inconsistent. I really wasn't making the kind of revenue that I needed to keep my business flowing and give me the space that I wanted. And I was kind of at my capacity of what I felt I had the time for. And so now that I've done this, like I have a ton of space, right? Like I've essentially onboarded all of these one-on-ones into a singular, twice a week activity. And most of my time now is spent painting and helping make this course that I've created a lot stronger and thinking about how I want to build it into the future. So the tangible results that I've been able to get from this program, some expected, some unexpected, and I think anyone that's ever taught what they do for a living can relate to this, is that it's brought me a lot more clarity in how I go about teaching and how I go about giving this offering that I have to artists, and so it's made me a stronger teacher in the sense of designing these courses has given me a lot more to think about and like really unpack like what is actually creating transformation and what isn't, and how to just get very clear about that. Then the other things, I was reading through some of the testimonials and looking at some of the wins in the Facebook group chats and just being like, okay, that's like a little unbelievable. And I was setting my expectations fairly low to begin with. And then when we got to work, I was slowly was starting to see like that there was some significant potential there. And during our 30-day sales plan, I was getting really amazing results. We were booking a lot of sales calls. I was getting a lot of good feedback from people, and I was able to close, I think, at like a 36% conversion rate with our calls, and booked about 27 students in 3 weeks into this first course, and have brought in just shy of $34,000 in about like 5 to 6 weeks worth of work. And so what that's done for my partner and I, my wife is doing this along with me, is we're now like really thinking big. We're thinking like, okay, how is this going to move into the future? How are we going to expand this offering into this whole other pillar of our business, which is courses and helping educate artists on multiple levels? And so we're pretty thrilled and stoked, and this has offered us a tremendous amount of like security and confidence going into becoming new parents as of 2 months from now. And so it was exactly why I did this and what I was looking for, and so I've gotten the results plus a lot more. In terms of anyone that's considering taking this program, I mean, I can't recommend it enough. I've already been pitching it to my friends and community and letting them know that there's like a lot of opportunity here and that the results are real and it's worth every penny that we've put into it to be a part of this community. And so, yeah, I can't phrase it enough, to be honest, and we're only a fraction through the program and I've already gotten incredible results. So I'm excited to see what we can do as we venture onward.